Hey everybody, Anton here, and in this short video, I'm going to be talking to you about what to do if you need a mentor, you need help, and you're just not sure whether or not you can afford it. Now, just to do a quick recap, in the first video, I walked you through the process of me going through. I talked about the experience where I was wasting a lot of money on ads, and I was at a breaking point because I didn't think it was going to work, and I was about to throw in the towel, and then I reached out to someone, asked them for help, and that made all the difference. And then I talk to you on the next video about how to find a mentor and what to look for when you're asking for help on some of these campaigns, and then how to know whether or not that campaign or that person or that plan will actually help you in your specific scenario or circumstance. And so I went through all of that. On this video, I'm going to be talking to you about, okay, you go through everything else. You realize that you may need help. You realize that all you need is a clear plan that's easy to follow and proven to work. You realize that it's best to find somebody who has been through what you are going through and is now successful. And so the final thing is, okay, it comes down to money. Can I afford to get somebody to help me in whatever you're struggling with? So whenever I talk about this, I'm reminded of a scenario where I remember I don't know, it was a couple years ago. I was in San Diego at the time, and I went to, it was San Diego? Yeah, I think it was San Diego. And I went to a conference, and there was a speaker there, and he was really, really good. His stuff was just impressive. It was really good. But the problem was the price was just very high, and I couldn't afford it. I really, really wanted it. Really, really wanted it because I thought it was going to help me. I thought it was going to get me to the next level. Like most people, we buy a lot of courses and stuff. So I thought this course was going to get me to the next level, and it was a lot of good content. But I couldn't afford it. And so I remember we're sitting by the bar, a couple of people who left the presentation afterwards, and we're sitting by the bar. And we're all basically saying, hey, listen, that presentation sounded awesome. I'd love to get the course. I just can't afford it. And we're all basically saying the same thing. And then finally, the idea floated. Okay, what if instead of individually trying to get the course, what if we just come together as a group and purchase the course? Because obviously that would make it a lot more affordable than if individually we try to purchase the course by ourselves. And yeah, so that's essentially what we did. So on this secret, basically, where there's a will, there's a way, because that was the way for us to actually get the content that we needed. We had to band together, we had to put together, and we had to purchase the course. I mean, if it was, this was really expensive, and so if it was a few bucks, then that was one thing, but it was really expensive, and so that's how we were able to afford it. So the question now is, all right, if you can get somebody to help you, but instead of trying to get private lessons and try to get one-on-one, you can go through where it's more of a group scenario where you can share the costs, but you can still get the benefits. Then that's one of the easiest ways to get anything. Can you afford to get a private tutor? Can you afford to get a private mentor, somebody who is making millions of dollars, who has done what you're trying to do? Probably not. There's really very little incentive for that person to help you out specifically, unless you know them. However, there is a way where you can get one of the top people to help you, top online marketers to help you in creating whatever it is that you are trying to do, help you in your business, and you can basically get it for less than the cost of fancy dinner. And that is if you group together with a whole bunch of people. So the question is, all right, where do you get somebody who will allow you to group together with a bunch of people to get the mentorship that they're offering? So that is the main question, and I've actually done all the hard work. So I've done all the legwork for you, and I've found all of this. So in terms of, so remember in the first video we talked about how do we actually find a clear plan that's proven to work and easy to follow. We talked about how do we find somebody who has gone through the specific things, specific scenario that you're going through right now, and is successful, so that they can lead you from where you are to where you want to be. And then finally, how do you actually find somebody who is willing to do more of a group type of scenario where you can share the cost with a lot of different people, but all get the benefit from having that. So I actually did all the legwork for you, and I found a program that will be able to tick all the boxes. So if you are in a situation where you're stuck and you have a job and you're stuck right now and you want to know how to move forward, if you're in a situation where you're just starting out and you're going to launch a funnel, or you're launching a product, or you're trying to do an affiliate marketing thing, and you're not sure how to construct everything, or if you're in a situation where you're flat out broke, and you just need you don't have time to be spinning your wheels. You can no longer afford trial and error. If you're in a situation where you need something to happen and you need it fast, you need it now, then this is the opportunity that you have been seeking for. So on the next video, I'm actually going to be sharing with you the program that I found that checks all these boxes that you will be able to use on doing for doing all these things. I actually got involved with this not too long ago, and because I'm a big believer. A lot of people out there, they're laughing. Oh, why do you get like? Listen, I don't have time to be monkeying around. Okay, I don't have time to be messing around and trying to figure stuff out and spending forever. Like, I just want to have something and have someone that knows what they're doing and say, hey, listen, this is what you do. And I've paid thousands and thousands in the past for mentors to do this thing privately. Whereas in this scenario, essentially anybody can afford it. If you can afford to go to dinner, you can afford this mentorship program. And so I'm really excited to talk to you about it. In the next video, I'll go through all the details of how it works and everything. So stay tuned for that, and I'll see you on the next one.